Okay, let's talk Star Wars fan to fan. A few weeks ago, or maybe a few days ago, I was on a live stream and the question came up: did Star Wars lose its soul? And it got me to thinking. Well, here I am talking to strangers on the internet about Star Wars. If I thought the soul of Star Wars was gone, I doubt I'd be talking about it today. But it did raise another question one I thought about before and figured I'd put it out there to see what you guys have to say. And that's the question: has Star Wars lost its charm? Or has Star Wars lost its fun? Now, before you jump on the keyboard and said, yes, Disney ruined Star Wars, that's not what I'm talking about here. And I think the problem or the lack of fun started way before Disney bought Star Wars. Now, growing up on the original trilogy, as many of you did and I did, I loved reading the Marvel comic books. And I didn't read every issue that came out, but every once in a while I would pick it up. I never knew what I was going to get. Would it be an adventure with the Hunter's Return, or would it be On the Will? But a lot of times, it'd just be a one-issue comic that's lighthearted, friendly, funny, silly. And that's what seems to be missing, mostly in the comics. And I'm going to be honest, I don't read the new stuff. And when I say new stuff, I mean 90s and up. I read some of the 90s stuff and really enjoyed it. But the fun was gone. Dark Empire from Dark Horse Comics is a great comic book. But is it fun? Not like the old Marvel comics anyway. And that's what I'm missing from Star Wars. I'm just missing the fun. Now, even the action figures, a lot of them, unless maybe you count the retro line, they don't even look like action figures. They don't look like toys. They try so much to get them to look like the characters and stuff from the movie. It seems to be missing the fun. I want my toys to look like toys, but it seems today people want their action figures to look like the actor in the movie. I don't care if it looks like the actor from the movie. Just give me a fun toy that looks like it would be fun to play with. Even if I don't play with toys anymore, it still captures that imagination of, whew, that would have been fun to play with when I was a kid. So it seems like the toys have lost their fun also. And you could say, Junkman, you're almost 50 years old. The fun's over. It's not Star Wars. It's not Disney. It's you. And you are probably right about that also. But going back to the comics, it seems like every issue I see from the 90s on up is at least judging by the cover. And I know, can't judge a comic book by its cover, but it just doesn't look fun. They look serious. They look like, oh, it's got to fit in the canon, or we got to do this. This is going to lead to that. And again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if I read them, I'm like, okay, this is fun. And maybe I'm not saying there's not issues where they're fun. I'm sure there's issues where 3PO and R2 go on adventures, or Wicket pops up. But I just can't see, at least from looking at the covers, what these comic books just look fun. I mean, I'll throw up some Marvel comics and compare the cover to Marvel comics to how the comic books of today, and again, when I say today, I mean mostly 90s and up, how they just don't look as fun. Now, one thing I loved about the Marvel comics is they led into each movie. And sadly, that was missing with the sequel era. Now, when there was new kids growing up on the sequels, this isn't we hate Disney. I'm just saying there's some kids out there that like the sequels and they're growing up on them. There was nothing for them to read to continue the adventure until the next movie, like I had with Marvel. I don't know why they didn't do that. I don't think you can buy a comic book today that's set in that sequel era world that continues the story that we saw on film. I know, nobody likes Disney stuff. Okay, I know that. We're not talking about that. That's not what this video is about. This is about the fun of Star Wars, and if it's gone, or if I just outgrown it. I mean, I know there's some fun I'll never capture again. Going to Zayre's, finding new Star Wars figures I didn't even know were coming out until I saw them on the pegs, rushing home to play with them. Couldn't wait to add them to my action figure collection. Couldn't wait to lay on the floor and have them act out a new adventure. Whew, what a lot of fun. So I know I'll never get that feeling back again. And then there was going to B. Dalton Bookstore at the mall, finding the Star Wars pop-up book, just sitting there and playing with that pop-up book. Even when I was too old to be playing with pop-up books, seeing that X-Wing rise from the swamps of Dagobah by just pulling the tab. It's a lot of fun. But again, that's more of memories of Star Wars fun. But now it just seems like the EU books, the comics, probably even the movies and the television shows, just takes everything so seriously. And as fans, I think we do too. There'll be one line in Rebels that doesn't match with one line said in the Clone Wars, and people, including myself, will debate it for hours and days and get angry about it. Oh, that contradicts that. They don't care about canon. And Lucas did the same thing with the prequels. And I fought with Star Wars fans on message boards in the late 90s and early 2000s. When, no, Lucas broke canon. No, he didn't. It can be explained like this. And I still find myself doing that today with, I guess, Obi-Wan. You know, there's some people out there that don't understand that the word left and the word last doesn't actually mean the same thing. But we're not going to get into Obi-Wan and all that. I just want to talk about, is the fun gone from Star Wars? When I watch these shows like Obi-Wan, which I am enjoying, I'm having a good time watching it. Just that fun magic's not there. That's, hey, let's not take this seriously. Let's have a little fun with this. But the Book of Boba Fett, enjoyed it. Wasn't the best. Thought it was okay. I don't think it was really all that fun. Mandalorian, I really, really like Mandalorian. It has some fun moments. I'd give Mandalorian probably out of the newer stuff, tries to capture some of that fun moment. But where's our Ewok Adventure movie? We got 2 of those in the 80s, and yes, they sucked. But you know what they were? They were a lot of fun. Again, maybe it's caused my age, but I was too old to be watching them back then. But they were a lot of fun to watch. Even if I was watching it, I knew it wasn't any good. I knew it wasn't a good movie. But I knew, hey, everyone working on that film looks like they're having fun. The actors look like they're having fun. And that's making me have fun watching it. But mostly this is about the comics. Again, I'm just judging them by the cover, so that's why I reached out this video, so you can tell me, Junkman, you're wrong. The lighthearted, wholesome fun of Star Wars is alive and well in the comics. Don't judge it by the dark, sinister cover. It always looks so dramatic and so, I don't know, it just looks like so serious. And this comic's going to lead in this comic, and this is going to fix this canon and that canon. I just want to read a comic. I want to open it up. I want to see a big rabbit that has a gun doing kicks. I want to see a wannabe Obi-Wan Kenobi. I would love to see some Ewoks in the comics. Give me Jar Jar Binks in a comic. Just something to have fun. So again, I want to put it out there with you and see what you think when I ask the question, has Star Wars lost its fun? Now again, I'm sure it's going to happen. I'm going to stress, this isn't about, yes, Disney ruined Star Wars, Kathleen Kennedy, blah, 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 Ryan Johnson, blah, 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 not my Luke Skywalker, Jack Skywalker, and all. No, I'm not talking that. That's a whole different debate we can have down the road, and we've had it a lot, and you can go on Twitter and have it every day with me. I'm asking just about the wholesome fun of it, and not just the Disney era. Again, it seemed like it took about the 90s, mid-90s, when Dark Horse had it, that really started the change, and you had a lot of the EU books that just went really serious. Now, I don't really know the books, and growing up, we didn't have many books. I mean, this is what we had as a Star Wars book growing up. Of course, we had Splinter of the Mind's Eye, which was a fun read and everything, and had the Solo Adventures and Lando Adventures. They were pretty fun. But when I think Star Wars book, I think stuff like this right here. So again, let me know if I'm wrong. Is the fun gone from Star Wars, or has Star Wars lost its charm? And let me stress it again. I'm not talking about the Disney era. Not talking about when Disney bought it. Can you believe that's been 10 years ago this October? 10 years ago when Disney bought Star Wars? It's crazy. But I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about the fun. And if we can talk about the Disney stuff too. Do you find it's fun? Do you say, hey, they're trying to bring some of that fun back? Or am I just being the old man in the room, the almost 50-year-old with, oh, the Star Wars I grew up on? Am I chasing something I'll never be able to capture again? But really, I don't want the fun, the wholesomeness to return for me. I want it for the newer generation. There's a guy named Blake that calls him a live stream. He's a 12-year-old kid. And he's watching Obi-Wan. He's watching the new movies. Some of it he likes, some of it he loves, some of it he hates. He likes the prequels. He likes the original trilogy. And those are the ones that I wish had more fun Star Wars. I can't imagine being 12 in this day and age and wanting to read a Star Wars comic, and instead of getting a Dark Horse comic that looks something like this. I don't know, it's hard to see. I get something that looks like this. More serious. Well, I don't know. Maybe kids today, they want their entertainment more serious. But it just seemed like it's missing the heart and soul. To me, that's what Star Wars was about. Never took itself too seriously. Had fun. Even the movies, they're not that serious. They're having fun. It's just a good time when you watch it. I love Star Wars. I mean, look around me. Everyone knows that. Would I rank Star Wars as one of the best movies ever made? No, probably wouldn't come in my top 10 when it comes to best movie ever made. But the most fun movie ever made? Probably number one, at least if I looked at them as a whole in a trilogy. The most fun to watch? Yes. Look like they're having fun? Yes. And I don't know. Maybe I'm just being the old man. Maybe I'm just, aging out. But again, I'm thinking of the kids that are into Star Wars now. Is it fun for them? And again, please, no Disney stuff in the comments. Anyway, that's about all I have. I want to thank you for watching this video. Let me know in the comments below, has Star Wars lost its charm? Or, better yet, has Star Wars lost its fun? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And who knows, maybe I'll do a follow-up video or read them. Might be a little fun reading those. One thing about those old Marvel comics, I love reading where the fans wrote in to talk about their love for Star Wars. And they complain, but you never heard anybody upset or angry about it. Anyway, let me know in the comments below what you think about Star Wars, if it's lost its fun, if it's lost its charm. And again, we're not talking Disney here, so don't have to tell me Kathleen Kennedy ruined Star Wars, or Rian Johnson has a round head, or Luke Skywalker is really a clone named Jake Skywalker, or J.J. Abrams is really called Jar Jar Abrams, or some other pun. Please, let's just talk the fun of Star Wars. Thank you for watching. Be back tonight at 8 o'clock with another video.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.